Hello everybody and welcome back to ArsenGirl Gaming. My name is Heather and I thank you for joining me for another Sims 4 console video. This one is on Xbox One and today's video is just going to be a nice short one. What I wanted to do was talk a little bit about the controls in the game because I've been reading on Twitter and on other forums and groups where people's biggest complaint seems to be getting used to the controls and knowing what to do when and where. And so I thought that we would just take a little look at what is available to us, how to do some of the more common things that I had questions about, and just put in one little video so it's easy for everybody to reference. So we're going to start with the Create a Sim controls. So I'm going to hit A, go into Create a Sim here. Alright, so you'll see at the top of the screen where it's talking about, or it's pointing to the left thumb stick and clicking on that. So I'm going to do that right now so we can take a look at the control screen. Alright, so as you see, these are the Create a Sim controls. This is everything you need to know to be able to create a sim for the most part. Alright, so you'll see that we have toggle menus, game, pause menu. Those two buttons right there are going to be used a lot. We have redo for the right trigger and undo for the left trigger. Cycle outfit categories for the left shoulder and cycle outfit categories for the right shoulder. Move cursor, left thumbstick. View controls by pushing down on that. Right thumbstick lets you rotate the Sims, and then your A, B, X, Y. It looks like Y is not actually used, but we have A, B, and X for the catalog, back, and toggle catalog. So keep those in mind while you're doing Create a Sim. You're also just going to be able to use the A button held down while you grab anything. So like when I come on his legs, if I can get the cursor over there. So if I want to make his legs skinnier, whoa, I would grab and then move in the areas that I want to tweak. Oops. Grab, push, pull. So very much like the Sims 4 on PC, just a matter of figuring out how to navigate around. And when you're here, X brings up that menu and you cycle through there. And again, using the controls that you see here. So that's just a real quick look at what you do to navigate through Create a Sim. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Just hit B a lot. And then we can come over here, move the cursor just like you would in a normal game. Hit A. Oops. Actually, let's do... I'm going to go ahead and bring in a sim from the library. Alright, so we've got that. Let's go into a house and look at the options that we have there for the controller as well. So we're going to look at both live and by build menus. So we're going to go ahead and click Cabana. We'll move her in. Okay, so in live mode, there's a couple things to know. Let's first start by looking at the controller. So you can see that all of our buttons have changed to be different functions for the most part, with the exception of the two smaller buttons on the face of the controller. So you can use the triggers to snap to your left and right Sims. You can use the shoulder buttons to decrease and increase your game speed. You can, of course, press down on the joystick on the left to see this screen here. And then, of course, you toggle it or move it around to control the cursor. And then you also have your A, B, X, and Y buttons, where in this case, X doesn't do a lot. However, I will tell you one thing that I learned is if you want to take a screenshot, you hold the Xbox and the X buttons like so to bring up this screen where you can then hit Y to take the screenshot. So there is that. And I'm going to talk a little more about screenshots when we get back to the live view as well. But then you can also select the different sims. You can lower the floor higher or raise higher, raise the floor, cycle your wall views. You can zoom, rotate camera, and pressing down on the right trigger or the right joystick, will put you in follow mode. So that one, these could be pretty easy. The one question I had was, how do you take a screenshot without this UI? And thank you to Sims Community, my friend Jovan. He had a video on YouTube that I will link below. But basically, you hit the free cam here. It takes away the UI. Then you hit the Xbox and the X. Whoops. Hit the Xbox and the X. To bring up this screen and hit the Y, and then you've taken a screenshot now without any UI. So there you go. Now if you're wondering how to get your screenshots out of the game, just log in. If you're on a Windows 10 computer, you can use the Xbox app and get them from there. I think also if you log into your live account on the website, perhaps you can get them from there. I get them through the Xbox app on my computer. Alright, so now let's get out of here and get back. I hit B to bring the UI back up. And now I'm going to go into build mode here. We're going to take a look at that controller configuration. Alright, so you can see again, everything has changed to work for build by. You still have your undo redo just like you had in Create a Sim. You can move everybody around. You still have your cameras. You can get the eyedropper. You can do quick designs with the X. Toggle up, down, lower your floors, upper floors, all of that stuff. This takes a little bit of getting used to for navigating when you're used to building on the PC version, but it actually works fairly well. Some other things though that I ran into and I wanted to talk about, because this was a big one for me, and I'm not sure if it'll affect as many of you as it did me, but I like to use terrain paints, and that was one of the hardest parts for me to figure out. I had to get help on the Sims forums. So, when you go to your terrain paints, I'm going to hit that. So you can see I can navigate pretty easily using A. I can put it down. Here, actually, let me get out of here for a minute. Let me turn the daylight up a little bit here. All right. That way we can see a little bit better. Okay. So if I want to do a terrain paint, the left joystick. So if I want to do a terrain paint, the left joystick is how I navigate up and down, right? So I hit A for grass, and then I can navigate using that same joystick, left, right, whatever. But what I couldn't for the life of me figure out is how to change the size or get to the eraser. So there's a simple way to do that. You get your texture right there, and then you move your cursor down, or you move your fingers down to the D-pad, and then you see you can change what size, and you can put it down. You can rotate, do all that fun stuff, but you can have gigantic size, or you can have a teeny little square. There, let's move it over here so you can see. Okay, so now I said, well, how do you get the eraser? Because nothing I could do would bring me the eraser. But you just hit the Y button and then it chooses the eraser. D-pad again does the same thing. Gives you all the big controls. Oops. And you go back to whatever it was prior. So anyway, that was a big thing. It really stumped me, so I thought I would share that with you guys, just in case you really want to know how to do that. And then there was one other thing that I thought I would share with you in the basic controls and things that we like to do in this game. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna get an object. Let's go to toys, and we're gonna get a stuffed animal. All right, let's just take the Lots of Love bear. I don't care what color. I'm gonna place it here. Now, you can shrink it and enlarge it. Okay, so in order to shrink or enlarge an item, which is something I do quite often, you're going to hold both of your trigger buttons, and then you're going to push the D-pad arrow left or right. So you can see I'm making it quite large. It is the teddy bear that ate Simtown. Yeah. Okay, and then, I mean, apparently I can keep going until I don't ever want to stop, but we're not going to do that. We're going to take it the other direction. So I'm hitting the D-pad left to shrink it, and you can see we can make it quite small. And we'll just leave it on the front porch. So now she has just a little sweet teddy bear instead of a massive one that ate her house. All right, so there is one last thing that I would like to mention. There is the ability to move objects up and down, raise and lower them like you do on the PC version, though it does require cheats to be turned on, which can eliminate your ability to earn achievements in the game. So I'm not going to show you how to do that, but I have the instructions here on the screen for you to follow if you would like to use that in your game. And perhaps at a later date, I will do a video all on cheats in the Sims console, and we can talk about it more in depth at that point. Then there's one last thing that I did want to touch on, and that was turning the grid on and off. A lot of us like to build using the grid so we can get things equalized, but then you don't always want to see the grid. So you do that simply by toggling the button in the right trigger. So press down, it's on, press down again, it's off. On, off, on, off. So there you have it, your basic Xbox One controls for The Sims 4 on console. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, let me know you watched. If there's more information that you would like, please make sure to comment below, let me know so that I can work on that for a future video. And of course, if you'd like to see more of my content, you're not already a subscriber, make sure you go ahead and subscribe and then ring the bell, and that lets YouTube know you'd like notifications when I post something new on the channel. That way you don't miss out on any of the good fun stuff I have coming. And I'll see you guys again real soon. Have a great one.